What's up, everybody? Welcome, Alex. Friends of Alex, ESA watchers from ESA. So this is the Simpsons arcade game, and this is kind of a cool one. What's up, Alex? And yeah, it's not a bad run. It's not something that you see very often, so I guess thank you, Alex, for randomly accepting it. I feel this is like a lot of people have played this one, but you know, not a lot of people really have played this one. Like, you basically played it as a kid maybe, and then that's it, right? So we will go like this. We will put in random quarters, and then I guess we'll be ready to go. Thank you, Ian, Rot, and Gino. Thank you, Homewrecker. I still like that name. Okay, so basically we have a random selection of characters that we can do, but none of them matter except for Marge. Apparently. So let's say 3, 2, 1, go. Or not, go. So basically, I don't know if that's actually true. The world record and the amount of information about this game is not great. So the world record currently uses Marge, but is she the best? Nobody knows. Bart's only like 5 seconds behind her in seconds. So, oh nice, I wasn't even on the right window. That's great. I had this like not minimized correctly because I was splitting. So Marge, much like in real life, probably has the power of her butt and also the power of a vacuum cleaner. So, both the strongest things in the world apparently. We're gonna see basically the butt attack probably for like 99% of this game, because most it basically does like double damage, and the only time that we're not gonna see her do that is right here. So periodically there are brooms or hammers that are in the levels, and the brooms and hammers do a ridiculous amount of damage. Like, I don't know the exact value, but for example this boss right here, oops, nice hitting. He only takes 15 hits with the broom. If you don't have the broom, he takes literally like 35 or something ridiculous, so it just lasts forever. And the best part is, yeah. So this is probably the best part of the run. Everybody loves intense, furious bursts of mashing for absolutely no reason. So the faster you mash, the more time that you save here.
Ready? Go!
So the world record mashes in 3:51, I think. So 3:38 was slower than the record. What's up, Flecke? This is a really cool game, JJ. Yeah, this is a cool one. Like, Konami released this game. So if you know anything about the Simpsons, right? Konami released this game. We can also pick up the dog, which I think looks amazing. Like, let's appreciate the fact that somebody coded that in a video game. But yeah, they made this game like literally during the first season of The Simpsons, not knowing that The Simpsons would actually like continue for a second season. And actually, you know what? I'm not exactly sure I agree with that. The quarter suckerness of this game is actually very fair. I think this is like an arcade game that you can actually beat, but then there's an exception. There's always an exception, right? So Mr. Burns at the end is actually garbage, and Smithers at the end is actually garbage. Like, they're your quarter sucking mechanics, but for the most part, this is a really fair arcade game. Like, I'm actually surprised how fair this is. You know, there's like nothing inherently cheap. But the other thing too is when you're playing this solo, there's less enemies, right? So that's also a thing. If you were playing this in the arcades back then, there was probably at least another player if you...
Whoa, look out, world!
It's a Bastion. So this boss is again very easy. You can basically go like this. It takes, I think it's 6 or 8 hits. But for the most part, as long as that hammer, you'll kill it very quickly. So. So entering the graveyard, I don't exactly know what we're doing here. But yeah, So we apparently have to go to the graveyard next, because logically, I guess that was something that was in the first season of The Simpsons. So we suddenly have to like fight zombies and like other random guys. I do see some people from my chat, like Epic and Slugnacious, asking, how's your hair? You'll understand that reference in a second, I promise you. Actually, at the end of this level, so Marge is talkative. Yeah, this is a really beautiful, like, I think this is like an incredibly well, like, animated game. So we have a slingshot coming up here, and the slingshot has limited ammo. So if we don't suck, we'll be able to keep the slingshot and kill all of the weird ass like zombies that spawn. And that guy was being weird. But it's nice because these zombies are actually extremely annoying. It can kind of like, yeah, you can see why. Oh, we have one shot left. Okay, perfect. My feet, probably pretty good. So yeah, why people keep saying like, how is my hair, is because there's an auto-scroller coming up. And there's not really anything that you can do here except stand and wait for the enemies. And Marge has a tendency to say, how's my hair? Just a couple of times in this section. So... how's her hair, chat? So, there's some pretty deep cuts from The Simpsons. I'm not exactly sure. Like, I'd be very curious, you know, Simpsons nerds, like, rise up in chat. I don't know who these guys are. I don't know where they come from. There's also the next person when it comes to, like, the bar. So you want the taller guy to die first, because the smaller dude can kind of get like trapped against the wall. Like this. I was moving around. See, I don't know, like, they might be generic for sure. Oops. Not mean to jab that guy with the vacuum. Because there's, like, the next upcoming boss here, too. I'm not exactly sure where he comes from. But yeah. Yeah, no, her main attack is using her ass. So we have Barney, like, literally Season 1 Barney. You can literally see... You want to stay away from the dudes with the hats. They're extremely annoying. And basically, as soon as you find a broom or a hammer, you pick up the broom or hammer, and then you, like, hold it for your dear life. Like, as I said before, this does, like, I don't know what it is. It's, like, triple the damage or something, so... And nice dodging. Look at this pink guy! Thank you. Nice dodging by the pink guy. But it's extremely easy to group people with the broom, so... This was before Flaming Moe's, unfortunately, which is honestly one of the best episodes in my opinion. I've always really liked Flaming Moe's. I thought that was a great episode. Yeah, this guy coming up here, I'm not exactly sure who he is. Anybody know this guy? I guess let me know in chat too. I have no idea who this dude is. Like, I'm a pretty big Simpsons nerd, but this guy, no idea. Also, okay, so great job, guy. This is one of the more annoying bosses for hitboxes. He's got an insane amount of iframes, so it does kind of look like breakdancer mode. I didn't see if it was Maggie between the dancers. So yeah, this was like Springfield Gorge or whatever. Also from I think the first season where like Homer tried to go down to an press bar and like basically died. So. And I really like the little details and stuff like that in this game. Sure, that works. So you don't get to see it, I guess, in the speedrun. You pick Marge, but these apes, they have like a bicycle kick or something, and their like little kick is the exact there you go, see that guy? He just used it. So that kick is the exact same special attack as Homer, which I think is very well animated. Thank you. It's very well animated in the sense, like, you know, obviously the joke is like Homer never evolved. So I do like the fact that these like gorilla things are also the same as Homer there. So you can get up with our friend Slingshot. Yeah, Kujibo. Big balding fat ape. Kujibo. So once we kill that second guy, we can run away, and then we can grab apparently roast beef or whatever turkey. Sure. And there's a dude here. I want to grab this. Bear, please. Where's your? Okay. Okay, I'm trying to like spawn broom thing, which apparently is here. I swear the broom is here. Where's the broom? I don't want to leave. I think I maybe like scrolled the screen too far or something. Okay, nice. Okay, well there's a broom there, I promise. But now we get to do this fight without the broom. Which really doesn't change much. It's just the bear hits you, it can counter attack a little bit easier. So we're probably going to die a couple of times. The rocks are completely random in this fight too, which is great. Look, man, she's very worried about her hair, alright? Yeah, the broom makes this boss fight a lot easier because you're out of the range of all of his attacks. And it's extremely easy to just kind of like, you know, poke him from afar. Literally poke the bear.
How's my hair? How's my hair?
See? She might say that a couple more times, I'm sorry. Like, even when you're waiting for the screen to transition after you beat a level, it's like, how's my hair? It's like, okay, Marge. Local mother beats the death bear with her butt. What's up, Burst? Yeah, Alec asked me for that apparently. Alex, sorry, not Alec. So these dudes are super annoying with how they move. You have to hit them twice. And I neglected to say that at the very beginning. But at the very beginning, actually, you know what? When you say that this was a quarter sucker, you were probably playing the North American version, so in that case, you're probably right. But the Japanese version was way more fair. And then on top of that too, not only was the Japanese version fair, they had like multiple different changes, so there's like less enemies in the Japanese version. And then these things, for example, exist in the Japanese version. So if you throw this bomb, and then you attack these like Bart demons, that does like 6 damage, and then you only have to hit the demons like 1 time. Otherwise, in the North American version, you have to hit them 7 times each, so it takes forever. This is a giant bowling ball. It's like, I guess. So the weird thing about this boss is extreme RNG, but by the time that you kill certain phases of, I guess, this boss, you're usually okay. Like, it usually goes into like another phase, like here. And as long as you keep like slamming the bowling ball with your butt, usually by the time that it moves around, you know, it enters the next phase, and you don't have to like deal with like a lot of sporadic movement. But if you don't keep doing this like weird butt slam thing, then it gets very annoying quickly with how much it moves around and how much you can attack. But yeah, usually it's a pretty easy boss to complete. Yeah, the Japanese version is more fair. The North American version is much harder. So the first mechanic, like after you beat the first level, returns in this level, which is more furious mashing, which is great.
Wait, ready?
Everybody loves it.
Go!
Yeah, I really love the furious mashing. Like, fantastic mechanic. Alright, so we entered Channel 6 news station. This newscaster behind here was actually before Camp Rockman existed in the show. So he is like generic dude, which I think is also amazing. And I don't know why I picked up that bowling ball. We need the hammer always, so... I actually don't know if this came out before or after in, what do you call it, North America or Japan first. I just know that the Japanese version is again easier in terms of like the enemies that spawn. There's also a huge mechanic that they got rid of in the North American version. So you can kind of see it, not necessarily here, but it'll be in the next stage. Okay, suit guy, can you just die? Oh my god, die, thank you. So, you can kind of see it here. I'll actually go like this. You see how Marge's health bar is like full? And you eat this burger, you see how it increases past 100%. If you eat food in the North American version, you'll always max out at 100%. So in the Japanese version, if you wind up finding food but you're already at full health, it can increase, you know, over 100%, which makes a huge difference. And there's a lot of, like, there's actually a lot of food in both versions, but the food is effectively like, it doesn't do anything in the North American version. So you can go like this, and it's very prevalent in the very last level. Last level being like the two boss fights, Mr. Burns and, what do you call it, Smithers. Marge is gonna have to do some really weird eating in that boss fight. So this boss is really weird too. You have like a really floaty hitbox with the hammer. So basically as soon as he gets up, you want to be like jumping and like doing this attack. There's these weird ninjas that spawn in the background like that, which is great. But you want to be doing the floaty attack so he gets knocked over like that, and hopefully the ninjas that spawn in the background when they're like spawning there, so they get killed at the same kind of like arcing hit. Will live vicariously through me, Iron. But yeah, I could understand that back then. I mean, it was kind of a weird show when it came out. Hair status update, pretty good. And thank you, Pajero. Appreciate the gel. We're at the very end of it, actually. It's a pretty quick moving game. So for reasons unknown, Smithers literally kidnapped Maggie, and he's crazy. So we have to kill like Villain Smithers here. Villain Smithers, or I guess just Villain Smithers, he's an insane source of RNG. So basically like every single time that he gets hit, he has a chance of throwing bombs everywhere or using like this weird cape attack. The cape attack has like 50,000 iframes, like it's a horrible attack. So we're gonna go like this and do two things. We're probably gonna die, which is fine. We have to like, there's a light bulb like right above Smithers, and then the Portrait of Burns. They both have, nice, it's like literally perfect. So they both have food. So we want to spawn this burger and this hot dog, and Marge will eat for her life afterwards. And then on top of that too, after Smithers dies, he's gonna like throw a bunch of apples and like melon and stuff everywhere. So we actually want to eat literally as much as possible with Marge for a very specific purpose after. So she's just absolutely going to gorge her face. So as much as this as we can eat, we want. Thank you. Alright, Marge, eat! So we want that as kind of like a failsafe, because Mr. Burns sucks for RNG. So as we knock Mr. Burns over to the corner, she's gonna eat that hot dog and that burger. So go March. And we're gonna be like down here. So we want to like bring Mr. Burns over, and we don't want to die. That's the thing. As soon as we die, this becomes a nightmare boss fight with how Mr. Burns like moves around really quickly. So we want to like poke. Okay, that should be okay. Excellent, yeah, thank you. So this is a little bit off because he's trying to escape, but you'll see the nightmare that is him. No. Oh, it's gonna get bad. We might get lucky here. This is a very annoying stun lock to do. But if he escapes, he's so fast, and he just takes damage forever. It's very easy to kill Marge, so we want the extra health for that part. That's why we needed to like forage Marge with food right before. Dude, that went well. Trapping Mr. Burns is a pain in the ass, so I'll take that. So time is when Maggie falls into Mr. Burns. So there you go. 2021. That's not the worst run. Mr. Burns and Mr. Smithers is like terrible for RNG. But yeah, that actually went not too bad. I don't know why I gave Alex an estimate of 20 minutes. That was very ambitious. Like, yeah, this like Mr. Burns can waste actual minutes. He's a very terrible boss fight at the end. He is dead now. So rest in peace, Mr. Burns. But you know what? That's what you get for all of the things that you just did. You know, don't be a villain. That's the lesson in real life, right? Like, don't steal and kidnap kids. Don't steal diamonds. Don't build like personalized armor to kill people. Like, just be a good person. Is it that hard to ask? So yeah, I guess that's the moral of this story. But yeah, no, thank you, Alex, for having me. I guess we're like super ahead of schedule, so I don't know if the next person is ready, but I'll let you switch off and, you know, appreciate it. And I'll be back one more time, I guess. Actually, twice. Once to run Batman, the video game, and then Roger Rabbit. So it'll be some good games coming ahead. But thank you guys for the GGs, and thank you for watching. Appreciate that.